Well, hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Today, we're taking a look at what the heck happened with Alpine 4. ALPP is the ticker symbol, and yeah, strange thing. Last hour and a half of the market, we saw about 2 million shares traded for something that was only doing, I don't know, a couple tens of thousands, maybe even a few 100,000 each day for a while. This thing has just, it ran up to over $4 per share and then just sort of died off for a while, back under $3. And well, I'm going to talk about that news, talk about some of the evidence we have, and talk about a little bit of what I think is going on. Maybe that would inform us for what's going on Monday. Now, right now it is in the OTC markets, and Monday could be a very interesting day for us moving on from here. So we'll talk what I think is happening and just how high I think this thing could go if it is going to keep on running when the stock market opens back up on Monday. So with that said, let's get ready to rock. Welcome back. For those of you who are interested, down in the description, check out that link to that Patreon. If you go over there, you get access to my community of investors who are just positive, passionate people who are there to support each other on that journey towards financial freedom. I'm in that Discord there pretty much daily, usually contributing to the conversation or bringing some of the information that I find that I think is relevant to the stocks that the people in there follow. And if that sounds interesting to you, come on over. We'd absolutely love to have you. You also get access to my growth portfolio, which Q4 and the Q1 following for 2022 should be pretty darn exciting. Also, my dividend portfolio is over there. My crypto portfolio, also exciting in Q4 coming up here, and also Q1 2022. I think the stars are going to line for both of those things. So those portfolios are over there in my Patreon. Just click the link down below. Check it out. Absolutely love to see you there. Also, while you're looking around down in the description are links for Moomoo and Webull. By signing up and depositing your cash, you get free stocks, and I also get free stocks for the referral, so thank you for that support. Last thing, cover up those eyeballs about like this. Mash around until you find the like button, because I'm sure that you'll like this video. And finally, there's also a subscribe button, so you can see more of my videos that are on my channel. And then also that notification bell to show you anytime that my videos come out. With that said, let's move right on to ALPP. All right, so what we're looking at here is Alpine 4 Technologies. So they went all the way back. Let me see if I click back here. We're looking at November before the price took off, and this is with their acquisition of Vayu, which is a drone company, and that was very exciting news. And that was the first run up that we got, and took us all the way up to almost $5 per share. And that's when growth stocks, any hint of good news was something that absolutely sent them ripping upwards. And you can see it settled for a little bit, hit 5, settled a little bit more, and finally made that run up to over $9 per share. And what we see during this time is, well, a lot of hype moving into the growth stocks in general, and this was absolutely no exception to that. There was also a lot of momentum about a NASDAQ uplisting. So I believe that application went in back in December of 2020, and it was supposed to take 6 to 8 weeks, which was said to be typical. However, there's been just a ton of applications and a flood of things happening for the NASDAQ, and so this is something that has been delayed over time, and here we are about 10 months out, and it could be that finally we're really hitting that time where we see that next inflection point. We see a break out of what we have going on for our trend, that we could finally be seeing a reversal, and it is possible that we're going to hear about the NASDAQ uplisting soon. So when I saw this 43% jump that we had, and here I'll zoom in more. So the volume on this thing, so over 2 million shares traded. If we look at the previous days, 272,000, 300,000. Let's go back to a higher one here. Here's one that's like 600,000 shares traded, but nearly no price action. Lots of consolidation here, and really nothing moving on much with the stock at all. Let's drop down to intraday. Actually, I should even go down, not from the 30-minute, we'll even go down to the 5-minute. So when you look at this, remember this is OTC, so we don't get any after hours. It's during regular trading hours only. So if we go to this half-hour block here, that would be from 2 to 2:30. That's what the 14:30 is on the bottom of this. We see a decent volume spike here of 117,000 shares traded, followed quickly by 600,000, and this is in a single half-hour time, and then another 600,000, and then another almost 700,000 here. So just in this last hour and a half to 2 hours of trading, we see 2 million shares traded. So what the heck, on a Friday, what a way to leave a cliffhanger for what exactly is going on here. So I think that this little volume spike here was really good. And then I think this one right here is when people started getting excited, and then people started catching on that last hour, wondering what the heck was going on. Possibly that we were going to see a NASDAQ uplisting coming up on Monday. So I'm going to show you that evidence that I have, and I'm going to call it tenuous evidence. It's not really, it's not solid. It's just something that could be little pieces here and there that could hint at us seeing an uplisting soon. So with that said, let's go over here. This is from alpine4.com, which is their website, from their investor relation page, and this comes from August the 24th. So this piece isn't new. However, I want to show you down here, they talk about the fact that they hired Donohoe Advisory, and they've been in business since 2004, and Donohoe used to actually be part of the committee or the team that would be in charge of the NASDAQ uplists, and now advises companies on how to get uplisted to the NASDAQ. So that's awesome to see them part of that, and that you can see here in this sentence, they've been instrumental in cutting through the red tape with the NASDAQ. So it sounds like maybe ALPP, Alpine 4, has been hitting some snags along the way. They hired this company to come in and really get things moving along, and maybe they've made that progress. Now from there, when I couldn't find any official news coming out, which, mind you, let me go back here to the news. The fact that it's been relatively quiet, August 19th, I know it's going to be hard to see that date on the TV or the phone, whatever it is that you're watching this on, but August the 19th was the last time that we really had any sort of news get pushed out about them. And then August the 24th, hey, we're getting help with moving up to the NASDAQ. We know you're anxious about it. And then they also tell us, hey, we haven't sold a share from the inside part of this from our team, because we believe in this company and we really think that this company will do well moving forward from here. I don't know if you want to believe that. I mean, maybe they're waiting for that higher price that they know is coming, and so they're holding on to their shares and waiting for it. That could be a possibility. They could also be telling us the exact truth, is that they really do believe in the future of this company and that there are very bright days ahead of it, and so they do continue to hold their shares. So whatever you believe from that, let's move on from there, because this is about evidence of the NASDAQ uplisting. So I went to Twitter with the dearth of evidence that we had, because sometimes the people who really hone in on this stuff really find this stuff early. I have my position waiting for this NASDAQ uplisting, and I will sell some of it if we do get it. I will hold on to the rest for a longer term position, but I think that risk that I had taken on by getting them in the first place, I think is going to really pay off here soon. So verified profiles, if you are listed on the OTCs, in ALPP's case, it's the OTCQB. You need to have a verified profile, and this just says that all your documentation is in order, and so that you are showing that you're not any sort of scam company or anything like that. So they're just trying to keep it a safer place in order to trade and invest, and ALPP was most definitely one of those verified companies. We'll get to that in a moment. So they share this picture here, and this picture is not very descriptive when we look at it. If we go down here, you see there's a little bit of mention about verification, but this is actually what's missing here is the hard thing to see. There should be something here that tells us that it has a verified profile, and there should be a date, and it's not there. So if we leave that part and we scroll down a little bit farther in this, there we go. They give an example. Somebody else, they took a picture of their screen. You can see this of what it should look like to have that verified profile. There should be that check mark in the green circle, should say verified profile, and it should give a date. In ALPP's case, that is missing. So if we go over to the next tab, you can see, and this is on otcmarkets.com, you can go to ALPP and you can see this is the screen that somebody tried to take a picture of. They have the $ in the circle and they have the shield, but what they don't have is the verification status. So if I go over to ABML, which I know is also on OTCQB, you can see they do have the verified profile. So this is current. This is as of today, as of this recording of this video, that I pulled this up and that we can see what it looks like to have a verified profile. This is ABML, not ALPP. However, there is a web archive that you can go to. So this comes from November the 19th of 2020. Somebody had this thing archived, and when you look, and this again is for Alpine 4 Technologies, this is for ALPP, they had that verified profile status. So you can see this, and you can also see that it only has to happen once every 6 months, but they have to be verified. That has to be there. And they were most definitely verified. We know that. They were verified back in July of this year. So if you scroll down, you can actually see some of that. Let me see. right here you can see the OTCQB certification that they have on July the 29th. So they had that status, and now they don't have that verified status. So this is what a lot of the argument hinges on right now for ALPP, saying that according to what we know that they did have it and now they don't have it. Is it because you have to put in a letter of withdrawal from the market? As a matter of fact, I have that here. This is from Investopedia, and this is OTC to major exchange. And if we go down here and we're going to find out about delisting, there we go. This part that says about mechanics of moving. We have this paragraph right here that says, second, it must be approved for listing by an organized exchange by filling out an application and providing various financial statements and verifying that it meets its standards. If accepted, the organization typically has to provide written notice to its previous exchange indicating its intention to voluntarily delist, and that has to happen within it only has to be 24 hours notice, and that comes from OTC QB itself, that if they're going to withdraw from that market, if they're going to delist from that market, that it has to give 24 hours notice prior to doing that. Well, business day wise, that 24 hours would be Friday, or that they would do it Thursday, be delisted as of end of the trading day Friday, and then Monday to be listed on the new exchange. So whether or not it will actually happen that way, it's yet to be seen. We don't even know that this is going to happen. It's just suspicion that it could happen, and that would be incredible for ALPP and anybody who's invested in it and has been waiting for that NASDAQ uplisting. So with that said, if we go back to the chart on ALPP, and I'll take it back to the daily chart that we have here, if they are getting uplisted to the NASDAQ, how does that translate into their price action? So let me turn that back on. So let's take a look at the price action that has happened already. So previously, when we had a lot of the tech and the high growth buying into this, running up over $9 per share, there was a lot of excitement going on, and some of this could have been in anticipation of that NASDAQ uplisting before we got that sell-off period. But you can see these previous highs. This double top right here at almost $5 per share. This could honestly be even up to this peak that we have here at about $5.50. I would say that $5 mark would be very reasonable with the hype that this company has. Upon a NASDAQ uplisting, we could really see an explosion in price if that's actually what's happening. Now, will it pull back? I think absolutely. If we really do get that true explosion in price, another 60% up from where they closed on Friday in light of a NASDAQ uplisting, we could definitely have that. And what you just want to be careful of is that if you're not already an investor, that you don't already hold on to those shares, and we do get that news, you definitely don't want to be buying at the top because you don't know how long it's going to stay there and how much further it's going to run, if it is going to run. And if you really did just catch the top of it, then you're going to get a correction, possibly even a very sharp correction or even an overcorrection, where this thing falls off significantly, and settles back down to a more normalized price. So I would say that it's absolutely something to be careful of here. They are still a small company, they're a growing company, and they have a lot of promise to them, but it still makes for a very speculative play in order to have anything to do with the investment in ALPP. However, the point of this video is to talk about the evidence that we have so far that NASDAQ listing could be imminent. We don't really have any solid evidence. This is very much like what we had with CCIV and Lucid, that we just sort of had scraps. And they were tenuous. They were not very solid at all. They didn't hold up very well. They were just maybe little tiny hints here and there. We're just looking for that certainty, and I just don't think that we're going to get that certainty until after other people have had, maybe people who have already been invested like me and some others out there who are very, very bullish on this. For me, this is a very small part of my portfolio, one that I thought with that NASDAQ uplisting that we would have a very big pop in price, and I was going to take advantage of that and just hold on to a few shares after that for more of just a long-term speculative play. So that's what I have for that part of it. So let me summarize. Remember that this video is for entertainment purposes only, or you could even call it educational purposes. So while you're watching this, don't think that I'm saying, hey, go out and buy ALPP on Monday because it's going to be incredible. There's going to be a NASDAQ uplisting. We don't know that. We have sort of rumors. We have sort of hints at the information. And, well, I'm just trying to explain, maybe that is the reason why we see that 43% jump that we did on Friday, is that finally on Monday we're going to get solid news one way or another about that uplisting. So if that's the case, then that would explain the volume that we see. It would explain the price action that we see, because an uplisting to the NASDAQ would likely put tens of percents onto this thing, depending, we'll have to watch and see how it goes. I'll probably end up selling a half lot at first, half my position, and then possibly another quarter of my position if I think that it's going to keep on running from where it's at. I'm just going to have to watch it play out, but I definitely have a larger position that I think is necessary for any sort of long-term hold in a company that's this speculative. But I did buy extra because I felt like when the NASDAQ uplisting did come along, that I would be able to capitalize on that. And so that's where I'm at. And I definitely think that it's very, very possible that we're going to have a lot of bag holders. If the uplisting happens, people are going to catch the excitement after it's jumped, 50, 60, 70%. To get in then is incredibly risky, because then, that news breaking is something that, it might cause that big jump to uplist to a much bigger exchange like the NASDAQ. I think it's second only in the world to the New York Stock Exchange by market cap. So, that's an incredible exposure for ALPP to move from the OTC markets over to the NASDAQ. So I better close things up here. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're an investor in ALPP and you've been waiting for the NASDAQ uplist, fingers crossed that this really is what we're seeing. If you're somebody who hasn't ever taken a position in ALPP and this is something that is exciting, just please be very careful that you don't buy in at the top, because it really does hurt to be that bag holder and wait for it to come back. And for a company like this one, it is one that we could be waiting for a while to see those really skyrocketed to the moon prices, and then we get a correction, and then we're stuck waiting for it to happen again, sort of like people who may have bought before when it was up over $9 per share, waiting for that to settle back into place. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and let's keep our eyes open for that NASDAQ uplisting. I really hope, especially for the people who have very large positions in this, that happens to be the case, and that we're not just seeing some weird blip that has yet to be explained, and it's not the NASDAQ uplisting, that it's something else. And if it's something else that's incredible news for the company, great, then that could add to its fundamental value. So anyway, I better move on. I better close this up. Thank you guys for watching. Totally appreciate it. If you want to check out the Patreon, that link is down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you over there as part of our community. And also Moo and Weeble, if you're looking for some free stocks, you can sign up, deposit your money, and get those free stocks. And thank you for the free stocks that I get in return for the referral. And then let me see, like button. Eyes wide open. Deliberately press that like button because I know that you like this video. Subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you can see anytime that my videos come out. There's something else that I'm forgetting. Ooh, fantastic haircut, and I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.